right, here we go. The T-bone.
And chick brew.
God bless. All these years, just get it right one time.
What do you want from me?
40 years they've been trying. You couldn't fire somebody if they were horrible, doing a terrible job for the veterans. And now you can say, you're fired.
Okay. No one listens to radio.
And now for a quick disclaimer. The T-bone
And chick brew.
show is brought to you by nobody. We have no sponsors.
The show is still rated G.
For glorious.
Glorious, glorious indeed. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, T-Bone, from the Lunsby Show with T-Bone and Chick Brew, doing something a little different this week because of a time crunch. I know I'm not going to be able to get the full episode up and ready and edited and clean for your entertainment value, but my friend Slade was kind enough to join us in studio and gave us a wonderful interview about an upcoming project that he's got going on that's actually on a timer. So if you get an opportunity, go to Kickstarter.com and search for Slade Ham, Sladeham, Slade Ham. Listen to the interview. If you're interested and you want to support him in the project, go to Kickstarter.com, search for Slade Ham, and throw him a couple of bones because I am personally recommending him as a great person. And if you know about my personal recommendations, you know I'm pretty good at recommending great people. So with that, here's an interview with Slade Ham. Joining us in the studio today, Mr. Slade Ham. I am so excited. I have been waiting to talk to you about your upcoming project or your currently ongoing project. I have refused to look at anything about it or support it in any way until I had this opportunity to find out from you firsthand what is going on. So can you tell us what it is that you're doing?
Tony, I said, you know what? I'm not waiting anymore, man. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 23 years, right? Like this is my life, this entire planet. And I've seen a lot of the planet doing this. I think 56, 7, almost 60 countries worth of stories. And I finally realized I've got some stuff worth saying. I'm no longer some young buck 5 years into the game who's wondering what's going to happen. I learned some things and I've put some of it in order, and I'm shooting a stand-up special. And instead of going out and trying to land somebody to produce it and try and figure out who I'm going to talk into to helping me make my dream happen, I realized one morning, I was like, you know who woke up thinking? Me. I'm the only person who woke up thinking about that. So I was like, I'm the only one who's going to make this. So I've gone out and I launched a Kickstarter, and I learned we did a successful, I've shot and directed some films before. I'm not a newbie at this, and I know what I'm doing, but we were doing a Kickstarter. Andy Huggins, legendary outlaw comedian Andy Huggins, we shot his special last summer and we just landed distribution for it. So I decided mine is next, and I've given the opportunity to my fans to kind of come on board and you get on board as a producer of the film to participate, and I'll give you some cool stuff in return. I always make some handwritten or hand kind of done art projects for thank you notes, and like I said, you can get your name in the credits, you can get a signed copy of my book. There's a lot of cool fan stuff to get, but mainly in this day and age of like comedy specials coming out, and I've got a lot to get out myself, so I think it's the perfect marriage of all those things, all those circles overlapping, and I'm going to put one out that I actually own and can stand behind and am proud of without having to wait for Hollywood to come bang down the door. I'm taking everything I've learned, and I make some pretty great films, and we're almost 90% of the way to the objective right now, so it's going to coast into home, I think. Some cool producers on board. I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell.
Of course. It looks like you've lost some weight. Are you eating?
I am. I'm in the best shape of my life. Dude, I am there's something to, bro, when you get your teeth into an artistic bone, when you're like, not just, I've been doing, like I said, comedy for 23 years. I've always been this guy. I've been a road dog. I've been out there working the clubs. I've driven 1 billion miles. I've told jokes to every drunk in the world. But when you wake up with purpose and you're like, man, I'm going to make this thing. I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing right now. No, I can't do that because I'm been a while, not since I wrote the book. And this is my this. So I'm eager and excited about it, man, in ways that I don't think I've been about a lot of things. And that's led to all of these other elements of my life improving. So I'm eating healthier. I'm going on long walks and think it's all of that just turns into, it makes you a better person. At least it makes you feel better on the in and outside.
You say you're 90% close to getting to your goal. For those of us who haven't researched at all, what was your goal? How much did you need to make this happen?
So I launched a Kickstarter campaign, and it was important. Kickstarter differs from a lot of the other programs you've seen out there, like GoFundMe or Indiegogo. Some of those that give you whatever money came in, regardless of whether or not it holds you accountable for a bit. And in my instance, I wanted to show the audience I wasn't messing around. Hey, look, if we don't get the money, I'm not making this. I don't want to make something I don't want to make a $5,000 comedy special. That's not what I'm trying to make. I'd rather not make one. Viable amount. We're 90% to I think 13,500. So there's still some opportunity to get on board. And the cool part is, if we pass that up, I'm only putting all the money into the film. So that just means better lighting and the extra camera. So if we get to that point, I did Kickstarter.com, search for Slade Ham. The special is called Signal to Noise. So. We'll definitely advertise that. Signal to Noise.
And anyone who hasn't seen anything that Slade has done in the future or in the past, and in the future, the Slade Runner series is just
I said I need to know answers. How does this special go? Does it do well? Do people laugh at the jokes? I'm talking to the people who have seen me in the future.
But as far as camera work goes, you over the years, I've seen you do some amazing camera work. You motivate me myself to do better when it comes to the product that I release. So I'm looking forward to anything that you do in the comedy realm. We'll be sure to put it out there. We'll be sure to encourage people. And I'm telling you right now, I knew I was going to commit some funds to this project, but I wasn't going to do it until after we spoke. So I hope to get you a lot closer to 100% now that we have finally spoke about this.
Well, I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad. Excitement is contagious, man. This is the best stuff I've ever written. And it's not political. I'm taking some chances here. And I think I'm saying some things in a few places. And I think if you're a human being with a little bit of objective, intelligence, that you could just kind of, if you walk into this with an open mind, I think you're going to be really, really amazed at what I end up making.
Can you tell us what's coming up in the future? Aside from the special, where could somebody see Slade Ham now if they were looking for him?
So I'm on tour through most of the summer. I've got some dates in the South. I'm going to be up in the Great White North in Canada for 2 weeks just prior to taping. And then we're looking at taping the special hopefully mid-August here in Houston. So just online with the Whiskey Brothers podcast. And then I host a solo podcast called the Slade Ham Experiment. It's a half hour of me every week. It's a lot of fun. If you're an artist, there tends to be a lot of usable advice, actually, which is a byproduct of sort of the stuff I'm talking about. But it's all, if you go to my YouTube, a lot of cool things, you can kind of see a bit more about who I am. And it's all on my YouTube page at Slade Ham.
Well, I'm going to tell the audience, as a fan of the Whiskey Brothers, and of course, we're PG. We're more G than PG, but we're mostly G, occasionally PG. The Whiskey Brothers, maybe not so much, but extremely entertaining. And the show you do individually, I've seen through various aspects, and I have canceled other plans to watch, especially like the one you did with Titus. I canceled everything I was doing to watch that show. So you're doing amazing work, brother. I wish nothing but the best for you. And you are always welcome to come in here and give us 5 minutes to let us know what's going on in your world. We enjoy having you. You're one of the funniest people I know out there. Most tolerant people I know out there, because as old road comics from back in the day, there's a lot of smack talking that goes on, and people get their feelings hurt so quickly. And you are definitely a stand up, and I love you for that.
Thank you so much, man. It's always good to be here. It's always good to see your face, and I'm excited about the project, man. I can't.